Have you thought about going on Royal Caribbean's Liberty of the Seas, but want to know what the ship looks like, what there is to do on board, and what the layout is like today? Oh, I've got a full walkthrough tour of Liberty of the Seas up next. Hey everyone, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and today we are talking about Royal Caribbean's Liberty of the Seas. Liberty of the Seas is a Freedom class cruise ship and is more than 1,000 feet long, totaling 15 decks. Should you sail on here, you're probably going to be doing maybe a 3-night cruise or a 7-night cruise. But the good news is there is plenty to do on Liberty of the Seas because it is one of the best cruise ships that Royal Caribbean has, quite frankly. It can accommodate almost 4,000 passengers at double occupancy. There's Broadway shows on board to enjoy. We'll see that in a second, as well as some really fun activities for families and people of all ages. It's a really great ship. The Freedom class has always been a great choice for really any type of cruiser out there. And some of the upgrades that Liberty of the Seas has received over the years really adds to that. In fact, Liberty of the Seas has got a couple of firsts on board that you won't find on any other Royal Caribbean cruise ship. So with that in mind, let's dive in here and check out Liberty of the Seas. As always with our ship tours, we're going to start off with the pool deck. The pool deck is across decks 11 and 12. We'll start off with deck 11 for this part of the video. And basically the pool deck on any Royal Caribbean cruise ship, including Liberty of the Seas, is a hub of activity. When you're there on a sea day, you're going to find most of the people enjoying their time. There are two main pools. They're separated in the middle, but it's basically your main pool right there. This is open for guests of all ages. You can swim, you can wade, you can go in and out of it. The pool deck is a very popular option on Liberty of the Seas. You're also going to find hot tubs to enjoy, and the hot tubs are, just like the pools, available for use throughout the day. And whether you're talking about the pools or the hot tubs, they're simply on a first come, first served basis. You also find the pool bar right by, well, the pool. And this is where you can go to enjoy a drink on board, whether you have a Royal Caribbean drink package or you're paying for drinks on your own. And there's also reserved seating for suite guests. If you're staying in a Grand Suite or higher, this elevated seating in the reserve deck is just for you as a suite guest, or of course a Pinnacle member as well. And these areas are available. All you need to do show is your gold SeaPass card and you can go there. But there's still plenty of seating all around, including one of my favorite places, which is in this covered area. And the nice thing about these seats is that, well, there's shade. But if you want to be out in the sun and enjoy the sun, plenty of chairs there as well. And on sea days, it does get pretty busy on the pool deck, as you might imagine. It's really, I think, for a lot of people, the thing to do while on board. You're also going to find Splashaway Bay on deck 11 of Liberty of the Seas. Splashaway Bay is the kids' splash area. It's an aqua park, and there's water slides, there's splash things, and dunk tanks, and all sorts of things to get you plenty wet while in Splashaway Bay. This is available for kids of all ages. They're going to find geysers, and they're going to find the slides, and really just any excuse to get wet. What's interesting about the Freedom class ships is that there's actually a pool for them in the back of Splashaway Bay. So in addition to splashing themselves like crazy, they can actually go into a pool itself and enjoy time there. And Splashaway Bay is open during the daytime and allows kids to really enjoy all these aqua features, and it's included with your cruise fare. Royal Caribbean also includes swim vests available for children, and these swim vests can be used. There's no additional cost, just grab them and go. The squeeze bar is located nearby. The squeeze bar is, well, it's just another bar. I think once upon a time it had like this idea of being like a juice bar, but it's there. You can get a drink as well. And of course, there's nothing like being on the pool and enjoying live music. Royal Caribbean really has a lot of great live music on board. Next up is the complimentary ice cream. Yes, you can get soft serve ice cream as much as you want right by the pool deck. It's available to you as well. Up on deck 12 of the pool deck is the jogging track. The jogging track goes around the pool deck. It's just a giant circle essentially, and you can walk, you can jog, you can run, and it's available for you to use throughout the day. A lot of people like going here in the morning early on before a lot of people get up on the pool deck to sun themselves, so there's less people in their way. And not only is it a great place to go and get some exercise in, it's one of the best views on Liberty of the Seas. You're also going to find the Sky Bar here on deck 12. The Sky Bar is the, well, upper pool deck bar, essentially. What I like about the Sky Bar is just the views you get out here, right? I mean, it's the same drinks whether you go to the deck 11 or deck 12. The difference here is there's a little more of a breeze, and depending on where you are, you get a better vantage point. I also love these comfy chairs that you have near the Sky Bar, so you can enjoy your drink in comfort and be able to see everything around you. It's a really nice spot when you're talking about which bar to go to, especially on a sea day. You're also going to find this, I'm going to call this deck 13. This originally, once upon a time, was actually the topless sunbathing deck, only in Europe. Don't worry, they don't do that anymore, really. But essentially, this is just more places you can go. The nice thing about this deck 13, whatever you want to call this deck, St. Tropez deck, is that it allows you to get really some seats. And if you want a suntan, definitely the best spot out there. So overall, really, when you're talking about the pool deck, this is really about enjoying fun in the sun. This is what Royal Caribbean designed this part of the ship to do. And there's plenty of seating. And the great thing about Deck 12, especially compared to Deck 11, is that there's usually more seating options here on Deck 12 compared to Deck 11. But I really love the views. As I mentioned, it's the topmost deck, so there's plenty of views. Let's move to the front part of the ship and check out the Liberty Dunes, which is the mini golf course on Liberty this season. Now, along the way, as I mentioned, there's plenty more seating. So if you can't find seating right by the pool, you just want to get some sun tanning in, look over here on Deck 12 forward. You're going to find plenty of seats. I mean, there's just so many of them. But the mini golf course is complimentary, no additional cost to use it. And it's first come, first serve. Grab a club, grab the golf ball, and have at it. Try your best, see what kind of score you can get. If you're keeping score, some people just play to have fun. Some people are very competitive. And no matter which one you fall into, it might be a fun activity for you. And also try it at night. Here is the solarium. This is the adults-only pool area. So before we saw the pool deck, that was available for guests of all ages. The solarium is for guests 16 years old and above only. So it's in a reserved adults area with its own pool, with its own hot tubs. And basically, this area is meant to be an enclave for adults to enjoy. The nice thing about the hot tubs here is these are actually cantilevered hot tubs. So they actually extend over the side of the ship. So if you go all the way to the edge, it's a pretty cool view out there. But the solarium itself, it's got a pool, and it's really about relaxing and enjoying time with, not as many, I suppose, kids running around. Kids are allowed to walk through the solarium, like to get from point A to point B, but they're not allowed to actually hang out in the solarium. So this is really meant to be just a space for adults. The solarium bar is also found, in the solarium, and this is the dedicated bar for the solarium pool. And the solarium bar has all the great drinks you might want to have on here. And my recommendation, if you're looking for a drink in the solarium bar, or really any bar in that matter, is going to be a Kraken Lava Flow. Ask for a Lava Flow with Kraken rum. It's like a pina colada with some fruit mix in there, and the Kraken rum really makes it. The cool thing about the solarium is all the seating here. This is a great napping spot, reading a book. It's a quieter area, especially. So take out the adults-only aspect of it. The pool deck's got live music and more happening, whereas the solarium is a little quieter, certainly. So it's a good spot for that. All right, let's go back to Deck 12 and head towards the back of the ship. Start checking out what's on the aft part of it. And first up, we're going to run into one of our first specialty restaurants on Liberty this season. That is Johnny Rock. It's located on Deck 12 aft. This is your classic burger chain. There is an additional cost to dine here. Pay a cover charge. And then all the food you find on the menu is included. There's burgers, hot dogs, fries, chili cheese, chili dogs, chili fries, apple pie. And there's indoor and outdoor seating. I think the indoor seating tends to be more attractive because it's climate controlled. But hey, the weather's nice. Go out there, have a burger. And Johnny Rockets is a great choice for that. Now here is the sports deck. And on the back of the ship on Deck 13 is where you're going to find lots of activities and things to do. A lot of the fun things. This is all included, by the way. Starting with the Flow Rider. Flow Rider is a surf simulator. And that's available to use first come, first serve basis. You've also got some awesome water slides. The Perfect Storm water slides features 2 racing slides that you can go down, and they're enclosed slides. A lot of fun. Go up as many times as you want. No additional cost for the water slides. My kids always challenge me to a race on here because it's just a good time fun. You got to enjoy that and something fun to do. But Liberty of the Seas is the only Royal Caribbean cruise ship with a tidal wave water slide. The tidal wave water slide is a boomerang style slide in which you board a raft, and then you go down the slide and then go up a near vertical wall, achieving almost a moment of weightlessness as you slide back down. A lot of fun and a cool activity, and it's only available on Liberty of the Seas. There's also a sports court on Liberty, so that way you can enjoy basketball. It can also be used for other things like pickleball, and volleyball, and soccer, and dodgeball. So depending on the activity, and you can find this in the cruise compass every day of your cruise, it will list out what activities are being used for this particular space. So if you're looking for some physical activity, this is a really good spot for it. And by the way, everything we've seen so far, all included. Next up, also included is the rock wall. It just wouldn't be a Royal Caribbean cruise ship without a rock wall on board. The rock climbing wall is a complimentary venue for you to try out. You're going to see different courses on here, and this allows you to try different approaches. Some are easier, some are more difficult. The good thing about the rock climbing wall is it's a good challenge for anybody there. And if you get to the top, you get to ring a bell to let everybody know that you got there and you're good. Also on the back of the ship, while you're here in the aft, check out the aft views. I love going out here and just enjoying the wake going by. Some beautiful spots out here, whether you're going to the Flow Rider or not. It's just be fun to go out here and enjoy. In fact, a great spot for sail away, especially when you are leaving a port, is to go to the back of the ship. It's far less crowded, so check that out. Next up is Adventure Ocean on Deck 12. Adventure Ocean is the complimentary children's program available for kids between the ages of 3 and 17 years old. Royal Caribbean separates out Adventure Ocean based on ages. So Aquanauts 3 to 5, Explorers 6 to 8, and Voyagers 9 to 11 or 12, depending on the ship. And this allows them to have programming that's more appropriate for them. Here's the living room, which is the teen club on board. So if you're a teenager, this is a dedicated area just for you. And regardless if you're in the Adventure Ocean or the teen club, there's activities for the children to enjoy. And it's all supervised by Royal Caribbean staff, so you can drop them off there and enjoy that. Next up is the nursery. The nursery is for children between the ages of 6 months and 36 months old. This does have additional cost to it, but parents, it is the best money you ever spent in your life because it allows you to drop your children off. They can be fed, napped, put down for a nap, play with other kids, supervised, and it's just worth every penny of it so you can enjoy some time by yourself. Challenger's Arcade is conveniently or inconveniently, depending on your perspective, located near Adventure Ocean. The arcade does cost extra here. You simply swipe your SeaPass card, and it'll give you games here, and there's all sorts of games that you can play. And whether or not you want to let your kids play here is another story. You can have that debate after this video is over. But in the meantime, Challenger's Video Arcade is available near Adventure Ocean for you to go to. You're also going to find on Deck 11 the Windjammer Cafe. And this is the buffet on board Liberty of the Seas, the buffet. So you're going to find available meals here for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Windjammer is complimentary, included with your cruise fare, and you're going to find plenty of options here throughout the day. Breakfast is obviously going to be breakfast foods, and the lunch menu changes a little bit, and every night the dinner menu changes as well. The nice thing about the Windjammer is, first of all, you've got a ton of selections, lots of choices to consider, and then on top of that, you're also going to find the most hours of service available, meaning that if you're a late riser and you want to get breakfast at 10 a.m., Windjammer is still open. But really, at the heart of it, the Windjammer buffet is all about the variety of food, right? There's something for everybody, and there's just the widest selection of food available. So for picky eaters, this is a great place, and it'll be open on embarkation day when you get on board. And then, of course, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of your cruise. Now, as I mentioned, the food and drinks here are included, of course, not including certain drinks like alcohol and whatnot, but there's plenty of seating. You can get busy, especially in the breakfast hours, I think the most so, but there's usually a table to be found, and if you can't find a table, you can always talk to the crew members on board. They can help you out there. Right near the Windjammer is Chops Grille, one of the specialty restaurants on Liberty of the Seas. Chops Grille is the specialty steakhouse. It's a signature of any Royal Caribbean cruise ship, and here's where you can go to enjoy, well, steak. There's other foods on the menu as well, salmon and chicken and lobster, but most people that come here are coming for a top quality steak. They have many cuts of steaks, whether it's filet mignon or the ribeye, New York strip. But also, don't overlook the appetizers, the breads they have here, the soups, and the desserts. It's a really great and satisfying meal overall. You know, when people go to Chops Grille, the reason why Chops has become such a staple across the fleet is because it's been just top quality food available throughout the years, and it maintains that status with the available options that are here. Now, for Chops Grille or Johnny Rockets or any of the special restaurants we'll see, you can pre-purchase a reservation here. You can book one on board, or you can also book a specialty dining package. All of this can be booked, by the way, via the Royal Caribbean Cruise Planner, which is on Royal Caribbean's website. But Chops Grille is available for reservations. You can make reservations, again, either before the cruise or online. Right across the way is Giovanni's table. So Giovanni's and Chops are across the way from each other. And Giovanni's is the specialty Italian restaurant. This is like your checkerboard, traditional Italian food. You're going to find plenty of freshly made pastas and salads and breads and great Italian dishes. You know, what's great about Giovanni's, what I love about it, is that it's very satisfying. You know, I think I'm more of the Giovanni's kind of guy than a Chops guy personally. Maybe it's just because of the eggplant parmesan, but I just love that it's a very satisfying meal. Lots of good choices here. And Giovanni's has been really a staple of Royal Caribbean for many, many years as well. Not quite as long as the Chops restaurant, but still a great choice available for dinner on every night and lunches some days on sea days. It really depends. You'll have to check with them. Let's move up to Deck 14, the Viking Crown Lounge. This is where you find the Olive or Twist bar. Get it? Olive or Twist? Anyway, this is the Viking Crown Lounge right at the top of the ship with amazing views looking out on the pool deck. Now, the nice thing about this is you're going to get great views and air conditioning. My two favorite things in the world. And you can come up here just to enjoy the views. You can also go up there to get a drink. And sometimes there's actually events up here like trivia, DJ dance party late at night, other things. So check the Cruise Compass for availability. But if you're looking for a good sail away spot, don't want to go outside because it's too hot, this is your best choice right here in the Oliver Twist Bar. As I mentioned, there's plenty of seating here in the Viking Crown Lounge, and there's no pressure to order a drink, so if you want to just enjoy the view, you absolutely can. You'll also find the Diamond Lounge right near the Oliver Twist Bar. The Diamond Lounge is a dedicated area just for Diamond, Diamond Plus, or Pinnacle Club members. So this is an area reserved just for them, and there's hors d'oeuvres and a coffee machine available throughout the day, and there's actually drink service in the evening available here. Now, as a Diamond member, you're probably already aware of some of the benefits that you get, like complimentary alcoholic beverages and whatnot, but also you'll have access to the Diamond Concierge. The Diamond Concierge is kind of like your own little guest services. They can help you with lots of other things. Another neat thing about the Diamond Lounge on Liberty of the Seas is it has an outdoor component as well. So the indoor lounge is great, but you can also go outdoors and enjoy fresh air, views of the sports deck. There's plenty more seating out here, making it one of the larger Diamond Lounges in the fleet. And I think a lot of people end up in the Diamond Lounge in the evening because there's just, good people in there, good food, and drinks as well. Right across the way is the Suite Lounge. If you're staying in a grand suite or higher, sorry, junior suite guests don't apply here, then you have a dedicated area just for you. Just like the Diamond Lounge, this area is reserved just for suite guests. And in addition to the reserved seating, you also have access to the Suite Concierge. The Suite Concierge is so helpful if you're staying in a suite, and a good reason actually to book a suite in and of itself because of the services provided. And you're also going to find hors d'oeuvres here as well, and complimentary alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages served in the evening. So the Suite Lounge can be a very lucrative option for you as a suite guest. Take advantage of it if you're staying in one. There's also the Skylight Chapel all the way up on deck 15. It is used, as you might imagine, for religious services. Royal Caribbean has been phasing these venues out. It's actually on other ships, it's already become escape rooms in here. So I suspect in a couple of years when Liberty of the Seas gets its next refurbishment, this area may go away, but it's still here and it can be used if you're doing a wedding or something. They have this venue available as well. All right, we're going to head back downstairs. Let's go forward and go to the fitness center on deck 11 at the front of the ship. Fitness center is where you can go to enjoy, the fitness center, right? The gym, whether you're looking for the treadmill, elliptical, free weights, a fitness class, this is all available for you. So the fitness center in and of itself is complimentary. So all the machines, all the free weights, that has no additional cost. First come, first serve. It's included with your cruise fare. There are fitness classes which do have an additional cost to them. And for those fitness classes, you'll have to check with the ship as to what the price is, but they do offer things like Pilates and spin class. But if you're looking to just do your own workout, you can absolutely do that. There are plenty of machines, and it's not like some little fitness gym that you see in a hotel somewhere else. This is actually available for you. You also find changing rooms and sauna and steam rooms available on Liberty of the Seas. This is complimentary, believe it or not. Sauna and steam room are just first come, first serve, and they are open on Liberty of the Seas, and you can come in here and enjoy your time at no additional cost. Because on other ships, the sauna and steam room do cost money, but on Liberty, it's included. So enjoy that. It's a great option. We're going to head to the Vitality Spa and Salon on deck 12 forward. So the Vitality Spa is where you're going to go to, get a massage or a service here. As you might imagine, the spa does cost money. All these services can be booked before the cruise or while on board. And the spa offers a variety of services, whether you're talking about Swedish massages or stone massages or acupuncture or all sorts of different things. If you want to relax, if you want to treat yourself, this is definitely the place for that. The Vitality Spa is available on reservation basis. You can actually take a tour of it when you get on board the ship. It's actually a really good idea. There's no cost to do the tour on the first day of the ship, and there's very little sales pressure, in my opinion. You can go here and they'll give you a look around and get an idea of what to expect. There's also the hair salon on board, so if you want to get a haircut, hair treatment, shave for guys, this is available at the salon as well. I would say in the grand scheme of things, if you want to do a salon service, you really want to pre-book that. If you're doing a massage, there's a lot more availability for that because they have more space for it. So there's less pressure, in my opinion, to get a reservation before the cruise. But if you really want to get your hair done for formal night or something like that, definitely pre-book. Next up is the main dining room. There's actually 3 decks of the main dining room between decks 3, 4, and 5. And I got to tell you, the main dining room on a Freedom class ship is one of the best in the fleet. I just love the appeal of it, the aesthetics of it. It looks so regal, so pretty. I enjoy sitting here and looking around nearly as much as I enjoy the food. The main dining room is open every night for dinner. It's also available every morning for breakfast. And on sea days, it is available for lunch as well. The dinner time menu will change every night. The breakfast menu is the same every day, and the lunch menu does rotate as well. And yes, the lunch menu is different than the dinner menu. There is no additional cost to dine in the dining room. You have your choice of traditional or my time dining. Traditional dining is when you have the same table, same time, same table mates every night of your cruise. My time dining is when you kind of like pick your choice. You can either show up and wait for a table. You can make a reservation in advance, but you have more flexibility in what time you have, and you may have different table mates and different waiters for that. Which should you choose? I'm more of a traditionalist. I like the traditional dining there, but the flexibility in my time is hard to beat. Here we have the Royal Promenade on Deck 5. This is the heartbeat of Liberty of the Seas, right in the middle of the ship. This is where you're going to go to enjoy lots of things. Odds are you'll probably spend the most time on board the ship here on the Royal Promenade. As you walk through the Royal Promenade, you're going to notice a lot of different things. There's going to be artwork, there's going to be shops, there's going to be bars, and really it is a hive of activity. The Royal Promenade starts in the forward part of the promenade and extends all the way to the aft part. So basically goes from one elevator bank to the other, and it's a great way to get not only from point A to point B, but lots of things in between. Now, you'll also find guest services right here on Deck 5. This is where you go if you have any problems. You have a question, an issue, a concern, building problem, you're going to guest services. Now, if you find a large line and it's not like an emergency or a prudent matter, you can always come back later when it's a little less busy. Across the way from guest services is the R Bar, and the R Bar is one of the many bars on the Royal Promenade. The R Bar is kind of like a cocktail bar. Once upon a time, it was intended to be this kind of like super crafty, kind of like not your traditional drink bar, but now it kind of has a mix of both. It's a great bar if you want to go to and request something that you're not sure what you want. You want them to kind of surprise you. I would probably go to the R Bar for that. I like the seating here. It's also very, very comfortable. All right, let's walk through the Royal Promenade and see what's available here as you get to the proper part of the promenade. And just looking down it, you're going to see there's a lot of different things we're going to be visiting. We're going to start off with the Next Cruise office. This is where you can go to book another Royal Caribbean cruise. So if you're on board Liberty of the Seas, you want to book another cruise, Next Cruise can be a great choice for you because you'll get extra onboard credit and reduced deposit. But if you're watching this at home right now, don't wait, book your cruise because the price can go up between now and then. Across from Next Cruise is the Get Out There store. It's essentially a clothing store. You're going to find some name brand materials in here, you know, maybe a swim shirt or a nice blouse, hat. What's different about this store from other stores is you're going to see is that this tends to be name brand clothing, not necessarily Royal Caribbean stuff. But hey, if you forgot a bathing suit or you need another bathing suit or you want to get another bathing suit, this is a good spot for you, as well as some fun t-shirts and sweaters and whatnot. Cafe Promenade is a must-visit place on board. Cafe Promenade is where you can go to get a coffee or tea. Cafe Promenade is included with your cruise fare, and there is additional coffees here that do cost extra. In fact, there's Starbucks drinks here that you can get. If you have a drink package, it's included here with your drink package purchase. But if you just want to get here a cup of coffee or tea or a snack, that's included with your cruise fare, and you can find it at Cafe Promenade. Not only that, once you get your coffee or tea or snack, you can enjoy some of the seating behind Cafe Promenade, and there's lots of it. Good place to get some work done, take a break. It's a very popular spot because, again, a lot of people come here to get their coffee fix, whether it's in the morning, evening, or whatnot. There's the cupcake cupboard on board. This is another concept that I think has gone its way out, but for right now, it's still here. It essentially is a cupcake store, so you can get all sorts of cupcakes on Liberty of the Seas, and they actually do cupcake classes here as well. So if you're looking for a cupcake, need a cupcake, want a cupcake, this is the place for you. Ben & Jerry's ice cream is also available on the Royal Promenade, and Ben & Jerry's costs extra, but it is top-notch ice cream. So there is plenty of ice cream on Liberty of the Seas, but if you're looking for more flavors, or you want a waffle cone, or you just want a special Ben & Jerry's set flavor like fish food, this is where you're going to find it. It does cost extra, but for a lot of people, hey, they just want to have top-quality ice cream, and that's what you're going to get over here. Move down the Royal Promenade a little bit more, and you're going to also find some shopping and different things popping up in the middle of the promenade, whether it is a watch sale or a perfume sale or whatnot. But here's the general store. The general store is where you can buy duty-free items, such as liquor or cigarettes, and the prices here basically are supposed to be pretty good considering you're not paying taxes on them, so you can purchase them here duty-free and then bring them home later on. If you do purchase alcohol, it will be delivered to your room on the last day of the cruise. You can't use it while on board the ship, but you can at least have it brought to you and then bring it back home. The gifts and jewelry store is where you can go to, yep, you guessed it, buy some jewelry. Across the way is the souvenir store. This is the Royal Caribbean logo store. So if you want something with the Royal Caribbean logo on it, well, then you're definitely going to want to check that out. The logo store is where you can go to pick up all sorts of Royal Caribbean stuff, t-shirts, dolls, sweaters, hats, coffee mugs, Christmas ornaments. This is really the place for you to go because you're going to find really everything Royal Caribbean related. There's also other things in here as well, like gifts for kids and maybe some chocolates and whatnot, but I think most people come here to get something with the words Liberty of the Seas on it, Royal Caribbean on it, or both. And these are very popular. This is also where you can get the Royal Caribbean ship model for Liberty of the Seas. You can bring home, and there's water bottles and all sorts of things. So if you want to remember your cruise and have a Liberty of the Seas piece of clothing, this is where you can go. Vintages is across the way. Vintages is the wine bar on Liberty of the Seas. So if you're a wine drinker, well, this is the place for you. You'll find the greatest selection of wines, not only by the glass, but also by the bottle. And you can purchase them. If you have a drink package, then you can enjoy glasses of wine by the glass, subject to the limitations of the drink package. The bottles obviously will cost you extra. But the other nice thing about the wine bar is the seating. I think it's the most comfortable seating on the ship is in the wine bar. I've never understood why, but it's here, and it can be a really great spot to go and enjoy your wine on board. So again, if you want wine, this is probably the best place for you. There is wine available in other bars, don't get me wrong, in other restaurants, but the greatest selection of it is going to be found here at Vintages. You're also going to find a great photo op on the Royal Promenade. This is this classic car. All the Royal Caribbean cruise ships now have a classic car, at least in the newer ships anyway. Take a photo with it. Don't get in the car, but take a photo around the car. We're now headed to the pub, the English-style pub on board. I absolutely love the Hoof and Claw. This is actually one of my favorite spots to go in the evening because of the live guitar music on board. I just love the songs that you can know the words to and sing along to, whether it's classic rock, country, bar songs, basically. You know those songs you had when you were in college or you just go to your local bar? This is the kind of music here. So in the evening time, there is a guitarist that performs there. Other times of the day, it's just an open bar to enjoy and have that English-style pub to them, so definitely enjoy that. You're also going to find on the Royal Promenade a pass-through to the Casino Royale, so you can go right down the casino. Here is the perfume and cosmetics store, which you can get perfume and cosmetics. The port shopping desk is where you can go if you have any questions about shopping in any of the ports you're going to. And we've got Sorrento's Pizza. Yes, love Sorrento's Pizza. So this is a complimentary pizza by the slice that you can get pretty much throughout the day. It's not open in the morning, but it is open in the afternoon, evening, and very late at night. You can get a couple different slices options. There's usually almost always cheese, pepperoni, and then a variety or two that are different that rotate throughout the cruise. So if you're looking for pizza by the slice, this is the place. And man, it's pretty tasty. I really love Sorrento's Pizza. It's a great choice, and it's always a crowd pleaser. It seems like people just love getting a piece of pizza as they walk by because, you know, it just smells so good, and who doesn't want a slice of pizza? So stop on by, included with your cruise fare. I think you'll enjoy it quite a bit. All right, here's the Fashion and Boutique store next. The Fashion and Boutique store is another souvenir shop where you can go to pick up various items that are usually name brand things, whether it is watches or purses, handbags, other things here. Another store, another shopping opportunity for you while you are on your cruise. All right, next up is the Star Lounge. But before we get to the Star Lounge, we'll make a quick pit stop along the way because there's the Pinnacle Club Lounge, aka the Conoisseur Club. So in this video here, the Pinnacle Club Lounge is being looked at as primarily like a diamond lounge for Pinnacle Club members only. But this lounge can be used for other things. I know in the past, the Conoisseur Club has been like a cigar lounge and served other venue purposes, even a library. But whatever the case may be, honestly, it's very easy to overlook this venue, but it is here. If there's something in there, you'll know where it is. But the Star Lounge is a multi-purpose venue that you'll go to during your cruise for a variety of activities. Royal Caribbean likes to use it for activities like karaoke, bingo, trivia, and every other thing in between. In fact, sometimes in the evening, you'll find live musical acts over here in the Star Lounge. So it's used for different purposes, and depending on what's listed in the cruise compass, you can find different activities over here in the Star Lounge. All right, that covers the Royal Promenade. So let us now move down one deck, down to deck 4, and we're going to head to one of the classic staples of any Royal Caribbean cruise ship, the Schooner Bar. Schooner Bar is the piano bar on Liberty of the Seas. Schooner Bar, well, has a piano, and in the evening, you'll find a piano player there who will be singing all your favorite piano hits, similar to the English pub upstairs. This is just, well, piano music. So a lot of Elton John, a lot of Billy Joel, a lot of everything else in between. And in the daytime, the Schooner Bar is being used for other things like trivia primarily, to find activities there. But in the evening, the piano is the centerpiece and a big attraction. This is probably one of the most popular things to do in the evenings, go down to the Schooner Bar and enjoy live music over here. And the Schooner Bar player, along with the guitarist up in the pub, are really, really talented. You're going to find another specialty restaurant on deck 4, Sabor, which is a modern Mexican specialty restaurant. This restaurant has a cover charge and does cost extra to dine here. And Sabor offers, well, a lot of different Mexican food, whether it is guacamole, whether it is tacos, burritos, quesadillas, and other foods in between. It's not just traditional Tex-Mex. You're going to find a lot of different choices here. And what I love about Sabor is really the freshness of the food. You're getting guacamole made the way you want it. Pico de gallo. You're getting tacos and burritos. And usually when you order, by the way, any of the tacos or burritos, they're like self-assembly. So you can customize it just the way you want. And the food is really good. I love Sabor. I've always been a huge fan of it. It's been something that's really been the kind of food I really gravitate towards. Unfortunately, this concept is not prevalent on many other ships in the fleet. In fact, Royal Caribbean will probably get rid of Sabor during Liberty of the Sea's next refurbishment. But in the meantime, it is over here, and I really like it. It's something different. And I think at the end of the day, it's hard to go wrong with Mexican food. Next up is Casino Royale. Casino Royale is on Deck 4 mid-ship, and this is where you can go to hopefully win some money at the tables, slot machines, anywhere in between. Maybe you make friends with somebody named Sugar, win big at the craps table, hypothetically saying, it's still a fun time. Good luck to you in Casino Royale. And as you might imagine, Casino Royale does cost extra in order to go there. Here's the photo gallery on Liberty of the Sea. So if you took a photo around the ship, this is where you can see the photos you've taken. So throughout the cruise, there'll be photo opportunities. There's no obligation to take the photos. So if you take the photos and never buy anything, totally fine. But you can go here and take a look at the photos that you've taken. And all you have to do is swipe your SeaPass card, and your photos will show up there. There's also a portrait studio, as well as an opportunity to buy different photo accessories, like if you need an SD card for your camera, batteries, a new camera altogether, a GoPro, it's available here. Boleros is the Latin-themed bar on Liberty of the Sea. So Boleros is another bar venue, and this one obviously specializes in Latin music and Latin drinks. So we're talking mojitos, we're talking about pina coladas, and all that kind of stuff. And what's great about Boleros is at night, you've got the live music. There's a lot of energy in this bar. A lot of people will get up and dance. I think of all the bars on Liberty of the Seas, you're most likely to see people dancing here in Boleros. It's just that kind of music, and it's just a great spot to enjoy. During the daytime, it's open as well as a bar, and there'll be different live music, but in the evening time is really when you get the featured music. Now, across the way, there is more seating for Boleros. So if you want to kind of enjoy the music but not be like smack dab right in the center of it, then seating over here can be a good option for you, especially if you want to have a conversation. This is great seating on the opposite side of Boleros. Still part of Boleros technically, and you can still get drink service out there. Going outside, you'll find the Promenade Deck on Deck 4. So the Promenade Deck wraps around the outside of the ship, and if you're looking for a quiet space to enjoy being outside, seeing the ocean, getting a breeze, but no music, no lots of activity, then this is definitely the place for you. The Promenade Deck also offers shuffleboard as well, which you can use. Totally free to do that as well. I think most people come out here primarily to enjoy the view, a quiet serenity that comes with being outdoors. I like going out here and just taking a walk around, doing a lap or two, maybe after dinner, maybe in the afternoon. It's just nice to be outdoors sometimes and have a more casual walking area. Again, the jogging track is up on Deck 12, but here on Deck 4, it's more about just being outside and, enjoying the view. But we also have one of our secrets of Liberty of the Seas, and that is the helipad located on Deck 4 all the way forward. All you have to do is walk as far forward as you can on Deck 4, up a bit of stairs. Now you're technically on Deck 5, and you're here on the helipad. And the helipad is available for you to come anytime, day or night, and it's one of the best views on board. For sail away, this is my favorite spot on Liberty of the Seas because you just got nothing around you. You've got an unobstructed view of everything around you. So for sail in, sail away, this is a great area. The only knock on this place is there's no shade and there's no bar service here. But that being said, it's still, the views are amazing and it's worth coming to check out the helipad anytime you can because it's just a fun spot to go to. And a lot of people have no idea that it exists. All right, our next stop on this tour is the Platinum Theater. The Platinum Theater is, of course, the main theater on Liberty of the Sea. So throughout the cruise, you'll have daily entertainment in the Platinum Theater, different shows and performers and whatnot. Actually, the featured show on Liberty of the Seas is Saturday Night Fever. The Broadway musical is available on Liberty of the Seas, and it's included in your cruise fare. I know it seems kind of crazy, but it really is. And it's one of the few ships that's not an Oasis or Quantum class ships that has a Broadway show. So take advantage of Saturday Night Fever. It's a great show. But in addition to that, you'll find different entertainment throughout the cruise. Usually there's something going on every night. Here is the conference center on Deck 2 midship. If you're not part of a large group, you'll probably never have any need to go to the conference center, but here it is on Deck 2. It's a conference room, nothing too exciting. The art gallery is next, Deck 3 midship, and this is at the bottom of the atrium area, basically below the Royal Promenade, and this is where you can see some of the art that you can potentially bid on during the art auctions later on in the cruise. There are art auctions available to you, and you can go check them out. The On Air Club is our next stop on Liberty of the Seas. The On Air Club is the karaoke bar on Liberty. So this is a dedicated area, and it's located on Deck 3. And if you're a big fan of karaoke, whether performing, watching, laughing, or all three, this is available for you to go to. And I got to tell you, a very, very popular option is to go to karaoke. I mean, who doesn't love karaoke bar? Well, I'm sure there's people who don't enjoy it, but that being said, there's a lot more that do enjoy it. And so the On-Air Club is the place for you. It's a little smaller, but a very popular choice, and people love their karaoke on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. By the way, karaoke totally included. And here we have Studio B, the ice skating rink on Liberty of the Seas. So Studio B's ice skating shows are complimentary, including your cruise fare. And I know what you're thinking, like, a ice skating show, really? Trust me when I tell you, it's way better than it sounds and very interesting. You know, the performers put on a show. There's a loose story to it, but really, this is about seeing the amazing performances by the ice skaters. These are not the people from, like, the Windjammer Buffet who are also ice skating with you. These are really talented national performers who come here as part of the ice cast. And so definitely check it on out. And we're going to head back upstairs. I forgot to check out the card room, Deck 10 midship. The card room is basically a dedicated area to bring, you know, well, your cards, your board games, something where you can be a little more social and play and need table space without getting in the way people like eating. Well, then this is the place for you. The card room is available, Deck 10 midship, so bring your own cards. There are sometimes some games here like checkers and chess and whatnot, but you probably want to bring your own game, which is your favorite one. There is a library on Liberty of the Seas. It's on Deck 9 midship by the elevators. Now, there's not a ton of books here, so really it's kind of like a lot of leftover books and whatnot. But if you're looking to borrow a book, you can totally do that. You also find the community bulletin board. So if there are any specific activities going on that's not listed in the Cruise Compass, they'll be over there. Deck 8 midship is the Royal Caribbean Online. I kind of laugh because this is an internet cafe. So there are computers that you can use in order to access the internet. This day and age, you should be bringing your own device, whether it's your iPhone or an iPad or even a computer. That's fine, but these are available for you. So in a pinch, if you needed them, they're available. To use the internet, just like you're using your own device, it still costs extra, so it's not like it's free to use. But if you wanted to, you could go here and check it out. You also find the loyalty ambassador here in the internet cafe. So if you have any issues, they can sort that out for you there. And of course, all in the middle, we kind of skipped over the middle part of the ship, and that is, of course, the cabins, the stateroom. Somewhere along the middle of the ship will be your cabin. There are many different cabin types, from insides to ocean views, balconies, and suites. Here we have a look at an ocean view balcony, and you know, the general layout of this room is pretty much standard throughout. You're going to have a bed, you're going to have a sitting area, you're going to have, well, maybe a window, maybe a balcony, maybe nothing if you're in an inside room. You're going to have your own private bathroom, a television, you know, and that's basically it. You know, depending, again, the bigger the room, the more space, the more accoutrements. Certainly we move up to a suite, well, then you get a lot more space in here. But, you know, which cabin is right for you is going to depend on your budget, how many people you're traveling with, and maybe some other X factors like location, where you want to be and whatnot. In the grand scheme of things, remember, you're not really spending that much time in your cabin. You're out and about doing all the fun things on board the ship. So your cabin is really somewhere to change and shower and, you know, maybe take a nap or whatnot. But other than that, you know, you can make the argument that you're out and about. Otherwise, it could be your home away from home. And a lot of people do treat it as a place to kind of enjoy and, you know, be able to take in the views and just be able to, you know, relax a little bit. So whether you're doing it on deck or in your cabin, that's up to you and the way that you cruise. So there you have it, a look at Liberty of the Seas. It's a great Freedom class ship, one of the best values in Royal Caribbean these days. Hopefully, this video tour helped you get a better sense of what the ship is all about, what you can do on board, and of course, all the cool things that you're going to want to make sure you have on your checklist when you go on Liberty of the Seas later on. Certainly, Liberty of the Seas is a fabulous ship. It's one of my favorites as part of the Freedom class, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. That way, YouTube lets you know we have a brand new video to share. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and we'll talk again real soon.